Good afternoon from a really sunny, glorious allotment. It's Wednesday afternoon. Thought I'd come down, just have a quick look round, and I thought I might as well start my bean trench. Normally I've done this by Christmas, and I start to fill it over the winter period, but I've been waylaid with doing the greenhouse. So today I'm going to start the trenches off. I've got a frame here, it's like an L-shaped goalpost sort of shape, and this lifts up and down to a height and it sticks in the ground, and basically what I do is I put my bamboo canes up to it and tie them at the top and create a wigwam for my runner beans. So that's in place now. So what I'm going to do now is I've dug the trench and I'm just going to show you how I fill it and what I fill it with. Okay? Let's have a look. Right, so I'll show you the trenches. More closed up there, close up. As you can see there, I've dug a trench. It's probably around 6 to 8 inches deep. Same again on the other side here. And as you can see, this frame here alters, so I can unscrew that, and this part extends and it goes up to about 6, 7, 8 feet, and then I attach my canes to it. So I dig them, like I say, around 8 inches, 9 inches deep. Throw the soil to one side because that all goes back on the top. As you can see, the soil's in really good condition. So by adding some manure, well rotted manure, into these two trenches, a little bit of green waste, some old vegetable cuttings and mowings, grass mowings, it'll just make for a really nice bed for the runner beans to settle into. So first of all, I'm just going to throw a few spades of manure into the bottom of the trench. And I'll repeat that on the other side, is I'll throw some of this green waste in. There's all sorts of old veg clippings, grass cuttings, that can go in there as well. Might as well use it all. So that's what it looks like now. A little bit of manure on the bottom and some of the green waste. And then what I'm going to do is top that up again with a little bit of manure. Same for the other side. Now I'm not going to fill the trench in just yet, because I may have some more green waste and stuff to go in there, and the last thing I'll do is, before I fill it in, is put a little bit of fish blood and bone in. Once that's covered up and left till May time, ready for planting, and hopefully the runner beans should go great guns. So there we go, that's how it looks in the bottom. Same across on the other side. And again, if I didn't make myself clear about this frame, as you can see now, I've just heightened it a little bit. That's up at about, let's say, 6 foot, just over 6 foot. And then what I do is I fasten my canes all the way along. Now normally on that I would have around 2, 4, 6, 8, probably 10 runner beans, which is enough for the amount that we eat in the family. So it's all about preparation. It's all about getting these jobs done while you've got 5 minutes, and it just means that come May time this will all be prepped, ready, and I can just bob the plants straight in. I just nipped in for a nice cup of tea after doing that. As you might gather, I am one for trying to be organised. I just think that by taking advantage of every spare minute that you've got, looking forward, thinking about jobs that you've got in front of you, and thinking, well, if I do that, will it make time for me later on? And I'm all for that. One of the things that I've found myself doing in the on the allotment is work. And one of my resolutions this year is to ensure that I get time to sit back and look at what I've done and what I've achieved, and relax and take it in. It's a fantastic place down here in the summer, particularly through the week when people are at work. If you can get a day off and you can come down here and get your hoeing done early in the morning, get your any weeding that you need to do done, any little jobs done first thing, and then get yourself a couple of cups of tea, a magazine, and get plonked in your chair. There's no better way to relax. I've got a beautiful garden at home, you know, and I love my garden, but it's at home, you know, it's a different space. I love it in a different way. I think that an allotment, you're sat around people that have got very similar interests to you. They're all interested in growing, they're all interested in plants, you know, we're all learning off each other. So one of the best things I've done, really, you know, I've had this plot now probably around 5 years, and yeah, when I first took it on, you know, there were a lot of work to do, but I just think the best time to do that work is through the winter, when the weeds are not chasing you behind. You know, get that work done, do as much as you can in the winter, so that in the summer you can sit back, you can relax and enjoy it. You know, we'll be having family barbecues down here. I'll invite a few of my friends down. You know, we're allowed a couple of beers on the plot, as long as we don't go daft, and I totally agree with that. But it's a really good family space as well, you know, to get away from the house, you know, bring the grandkids down. It's fantastic. So yeah, I am one for organisation. As you can see here, I've got myself a whiteboard. I'm going to start filling this in and what's going to go in on the beds. I am one for thinking ahead, and I just think it just makes it easier. You know, when I first got the plot, I sat down and I had a plan, and I think that's one of the key things. You've got to have a plan of what you're going to do, what you're working towards. Once you've achieved one thing, tick it off, move on to the next. Because what you can find yourself doing, if not, is going from one thing to another thing to another thing, and after weeks and weeks, months and months, you realise you've not actually got anywhere. But if you've got a plan and you stick to that plan and work to it, it's the best thing, and it's the best way forward. So that's me done my little bit today, and that again's thinking about the future, thinking ahead. You know, the runner beans aren't even sown yet. You know, but it's a job that I won't have to do when we get into the busier times, which are only, what, probably 3-4 weeks away. You know, we're going to be all busily sowing the seeds. I've just taken delivery of my Super 7, and I think the first things that are going to go into there now are going to be some leeks and my cosmos and some of the flowers that I'm growing on for the garden. So it's all going to get busy. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks again to my subscribers. Keep tuning in and follow my journey, and I'll see you soon. Take care.